What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cash Sports. I'm glad to be back with you guys once again on the platform on Cash Sports. Right today, we're gonna be talking some NBA. Gonna get straight into it. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe to Cash Sports. I would graciously appreciate it because any support towards the podcast will definitely keep things growing, and then I can keep streaming from there, and then you guys can come on and hop on, right? And before I even do that, let me put the link in the comment section so you guys can tap in. Yes, sir. Boom. Yes, indeed. So let's get straight into it, man. I want to talk some NBA, so I'm not even going hold things up. Let me get my guy in here.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's up, my guy?
How you doing, man? How you doing? So today, man, we're gonna be talking some NBA, some organic conversations, some regular everyday shit. Right. So first thing I want to start off, 76ers and Joel Embiid. Last conversation we had, right? We were talking about Joel Embiid. Well, I was talking about Joel Embiid, being an MVP candidate somewhere down the line during the season. And you guys were kind of poo-pooing it off, or some of you guys were poo-pooing it off. I won't say you in particular, but we know who those people are. But I'm not going to say, Joel Embiid's going to win MVP. My state, or where I'm going with this at least, is that we have James Harden and we have Tyrese Maxey, who hurt his ankle yesterday. James Harden has been out for quite some time, and Tyrese Maxey's probably gonna be out for maybe a little bit or so. We just don't know how long. But back to Embiid, right? So Embiid has been balling. He recently just had a dominant performance against the Utah Jazz, dropped 59 points with 7 blocks in that game, right? And that's to factor in, the current roster situation without James Harden's playmaking ability, right? And even Tyrese Maxey was playing well. He was playing well for the past couple days, up until the point he got injured. I believe he had like 24 points by halftime. So he put up a fair amount of points, but he's not the sort of playmaker that James Harden is, which is why the 76ers offense has been somewhat sluggish. And then so as of right now, the 76ers rank 17th in points allowed per possession. But their scoring has been increasing with Joel Embiid on the floor. And I mean, hey, he's the second leader in points right now in the league with 32. He had 8 assists recently too, and he's been putting up some boards. So what's your take on Joel Embiid and how he's playing right now? You think he's gonna have another MVP run this season? Well, not MVP run because he didn't win MVP, but do you think he'll be able to put his name in the MVP conversation once again?
I definitely do think so, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like that right there. I feel like that definitely helped, and I feel like that's what we needed. Like, I feel like in these times in Joel Embiid's career, I feel like that's when we see Joel Embiid play his best basketball, when it's just him. You feel me? I feel like now, we got comfortable with, seeing Tyrese Maxey, seeing James Harden out there, like seeing the way they played together. They was a real solid crew. But now it's time for Joel Embiid, you feel me, to just, push his little mark, do his little thing, do what he got to do. You feel me? Just take these games as where he could go. I feel like right now he should just focus on trying to stay healthy. You feel me? I feel like that should be his main concern too. You feel me? Because it's like, if he can stay healthy, you feel me? That MVP, you see, look, Nikola sitting right now, bro. Luka, you feel me? He getting tired, he getting injured. You feel me? Now it's different with Philly. Joel Embiid, he has a little more in an instance the way it's like he could do him. You feel me? So now it's like, bro, he just got to just focus on staying healthy, letting the season go. You feel me? Waiting until them boys come back. And I feel like if he hold it down, continue doing it, because he gonna continue going up with points and getting these rebounds. You feel me? You know that for sure. So I feel like if he continue doing that, then by the time James Harden and Tyrese Maxey come, you feel me? He Gucci. Like, if he focus on just winning games, like, I feel like that's I think that's just what it is with Joel Embiid. You feel me? Like, the reason why he hasn't gotten that full, you feel me, full like MVP stats. You feel me? Because he gets his stats. But when it comes to the winning games, you feel me? You got to finish and win them games. You feel me? And you know, it's been a lot of games we see Joel Embiid very upset. Like, damn, bro, I could have won that game. I could have did this. I could have did that. So I feel like this year, this is the time now.
No, I definitely agree with you. I think we on the same page. I mean, it really just comes down when you're talking about MVP, you're talking about winning games. And then at this moment currently, the 76ers are at 8-7, standing at the 8th place, or at the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And then we know that this is a small sample size. It's a bunch of games. I mean, the 15 games into the season isn't enough to say whether we have a good sample size or not. I think at least by December or even All-Star break, we can have a better synopsis of everything, right? But I definitely agree. You know, going back to the situation with, you know, with them winning games and being able to pull through, we know Joel Embiid has a history of just being injured, and it's not really the season that we're concerned about. To be honest with you, I ain't even really concerned about the MVP when it comes to Joel Embiid. Where my real interest lies with the 76ers. I mean, we know the expectations, we know the process, right? We know what's going on with this team. Doc Rivers could potentially be on the hot seat, and it has nothing to do. I think it has nothing to do with how the regular season goes, you know? So we know the 76ers are going to make the playoffs. And going back to Joel Embiid being healthy and just staying healthy, I mean, that's the important part of it. I mean, that's the biggest factor in all this, right? Is Joel Embiid staying healthy, because it's not going to just be Harden and Tyrese Maxey on the back court being able to take this team to where it needs to be. Joel Embiid definitely has to be part of that game plan. He needs to be part of that offense. And we know he's the focal point. He's the focal point of this offense, right? But like I said, going back to the injuries, going back to the situation where we're talking about Joel Embiid staying healthy, we've seen him in the playoffs continuously get injured, right? So we've seen Embiid put up 50, we've seen him put 40, we've seen him put up 40 and 10, 40 and 12, 40 and 15, 30 and 15. I mean, we've seen him put a variety of stats, you know, and different ways on how he approaches the game, right? And just looking how Embiid plays, you know, he's I think he's very versatile. He ain't on the same level as Jokic, but he can pass the ball. But he's better. I think he's better on the defensive end, and he's just as good on the offensive end also. You guys can chime in too. What's up, Rose Gold?
Yes. What's up? What's up? So, I just ran in and like you were talking about Embiid, so I kind of missed kind of like the topic though.
No, so I was just
like, what about?
So
Embiid?
I was just talking about the 76ers and Embiid, and remember we was talking about last time with Embiid, you know, with his MVP situation and whether he was going to be in the conversation or whether he was going to be able to make his own claim like he did in the past. And you know, he's been balling out. Tyrese Maxey and James Harden are injured. But Joel Embiid is still balling. What's your take on it? And how do you look at how Joel Embiid is playing right now?
Well, Joel Embiid is playing phenomenal, and you know, without James Harden being there, it's gonna keep him in the conversation. But like we said last time when we spoke about him, it's like Ty said it, you said it. You guys feel like it's more about playoff standings, and that's gonna be like the main, the main category, I should say, in winning the MVP this year. And that kind of hurts if your secondary star or your 1B to your 1A isn't, you know, healthy or right all the way. So it'll keep him in the conversation. But as far as him winning, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Because if anything, this year is not going as planned for a lot of teams. So it's only right that the MVP follows suit in that same order. It's gonna be a tough MVP race because it's gonna be like a lot of the best players, their records aren't gonna be up to par. If you understand what I mean? This year, like, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to choose.
Well, now you know what though. I mean, this if there's any
right now.
Yeah, no, I got you. If there's any situation where Embiid can put himself in the conversation at this moment, because we know since they're lower in the seedings, I said earlier in the video they're at the 8th seed right now, currently being 8-7. Obviously, they're going to need to win more games. You need to be higher in the seeding to make a stronger argument, or to make a more compelling argument for MVP. And I think this is the moment for the Philadelphia 76ers, at least in Joel Embiid's case, to start doing that, especially when your stars are out. I mean, that's the best opportunity. That's the best situation for you to start playing your own ball, start doing what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because now that you have, because the 76ers were a worse defensive team with James Harden in the lineup. Now without him there, they're playing way better defensively, and now that Tyrese Maxey is out, yes, it's going to bring into question on how this offense is going to look, because we know that the 76ers aren't that in depth when it comes. They don't have deep depth when it comes to their roster.
It's gonna be like the Luka. It's gonna be everything's gonna be run through. Because I don't know if you've been watching Philly. They've been running Embiid at the point.
Yeah.
Even with Maxey on the lineup, like Embiid is basically the primary ball, not handler, but playmaker. So he's playmaking off the post, off the top of the key. He's screening and rolling, and like he's being the like instead of being he's the ball handler in the pick and roll situation. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's a lot of that going on. So it's just gonna be even more of it. And as far as like Maxey and Harden being out, a lot of players are being out this year, and it's crazy because even Kawhi Leonard, for instance, the way his season started, I didn't even expect him to come back as soon as he did it. He came back out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And then they still lost. So I don't know. Like, you could get your players back and then still lose. You could get your players back and then win with them. It's just, I don't know. This season is it's a good season, bro, but it's definitely all over the place.
No, you're definitely right. It definitely is a funny season when you really think about it. Considering how some teams started off the season. Like, we had 4 teams that weren't expected to win, and they are winning. They're having a better start than we had predicted in the past. And some of those teams being, the San Antonio Spurs, the Utah Jazz, OKC, the Indiana Pacers, right? The Houston Rockets, Orlando Magic, like a lot of these teams, the Charlotte Hornets, Detroit Pistons, like these teams, we didn't expect them to play as well as they do now, and they're playing better. And
then on the flip side, all the teams that you expect to be playing at the top of the top, like the Nets, the Clippers, the Mavericks,
the Warriors,
every team, the Warriors, the Suns, every team minus the Bucks and I'll say the Celtics. Celtics are playing pretty good basketball right now. What you think about the Celtics?
I think the Celtics are. I mean, they are. As far as the power,
I think they found something in their new coach. Did they hire him? Is he like their permanent new head coach now?
I don't know, because remember, Ime Udoka's suspended. If that was the case, then they would have let him go. They said, "Nah, he's fired. He doesn't have the job anymore." But remember, he's still suspended. We would have heard anything if they would have said, he's not playing no more. He's not the coach anymore. But despite that, besides the fact with the Ime Udoka situation, with the coaching situation, this roster was still this roster was still built well. There was a reason why they were one of the top defensive teams in the league. And we know that Ime Udoka was a big part of that, because he implemented that, that style of play. He was the one pushing for it. But it also comes with having the personnel. We already knew that Marcus Smart was a player that can guard up at the perimeter. We're starting to see Grant Williams, do his thing and put in effort on the defensive end. We've seen that last season. Jason Tatum even improved as a defensive, dramatically improved as a defensive player. And even Jaylen Brown, I've always viewed Jaylen Brown back when, he was coming into the player that he is now. He was a defensive player back then. As he was one of the best defending shooting guards, in my opinion. All right. So the Boston Celtics are one of the best teams in the East. I don't think there's a lot to really to change that or misconstrue that. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. And the only team that I see them being able to compete, the only team that I see being able to compete with the Celtics at this moment are the Milwaukee Bucks, fully healthy.
Yeah, of course, the Milwaukee Bucks. And honestly speaking, I'm not gonna lie, like, to be 100% with you, like, I don't really believe in the Nets. Like, I feel like the Nets, like, I was talking basketball to a couple of my friends, right?
Mm.
And then a couple, like, we all basically came up to this consensus, like, the Nets have to, like, break the team up this season. The only person they could really keep beyond the season is pretty much KD. Because Ben Simmons clearly doesn't work offensively or defensively, and that makes him useless, right? So they got to trade him while he still has some type of value, because next year he's going to be an expiring contract, right?
Ben Simmons?
Yeah. Because he has 2 years left in his deal, no? Or 3?
I think he has 2 years.
Okay, exactly. So this season, and all right, so whatever the case may be, you still got to trade him while he has some type of use, some type of value, right? And then maybe a new environment will help again, because this will be his next new environment, right? And then Kyrie, right? Kyrie doesn't get along with the owner. Kyrie doesn't get along with the GM. So they're not going to resign Kyrie. Like, I don't know for sure. Like,
they're not going to resign Kyrie. They're not going to resign. Nah, they're not going to resign. This roster with the Nets is over. I've already reached that point where the shit with the Nets.
But how over are you thinking though? Are you thinking blow up the whole roster over?
Blow up the whole roster. Blow up the whole roster. It's done. Bro.
KD included.
Yes, KD included. Get him out of here, because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, you can have Kevin Durant. You can keep Kevin Durant. He's still on contract. But I mean,
because think about it. Think about it like this. Because think about it from the Nets point of view, right? You trade Kyrie now to the Lakers or whatever team that, like, Kyrie doesn't have too many teams that will want him, right? So let's just use the Lakers, just because we know the Lakers will be the only team for sure that'll be on the market for Kyrie Irving, right? So we trade for Kyrie. They trade for Kyrie Irving. They get either Kendrick Nunn, Pat Bev, or like something circulating around Russ, right? Now, you move Ben Simmons. Like, if you get Russ, you have to move KD. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the Nets, there's no winning for them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how they construct the team around KD through the trades that they would have to make, wouldn't work for them. So it leaves us to just say, like, they have to trade KD. Like, they have to.
No, they have to. Or at least that's how I would handle it. You know, get some picks
But who
back.
do you trade first?
I would trade
Ben
Kyrie.
Simmons first.
If there's takers.
No, I don't trade Kyrie. You know why?
Why?
Because right now the Lakers are obviously going to be the only team really interested in him, right? So that's going to bring the price low. If you sell Ben Simmons and you get a somewhat of a haul for Ben Simmons, right? And then you put Kyrie on the market and KD simultaneously, so that way maybe some teams could put like a super package to get both of them, or you get what I'm saying? Because you get Kyrie and KD together, that's a championship contender.
Yeah.
No matter what team you know what I mean? Like, they're just gonna be in the conversation. So that's why I feel like it makes more sense to trade Ben Simmons first, get that out the way. But I don't know the Nets' point of view. Do the Nets try to, like, build around Ben Simmons?
No, absolutely not. Now, at this point, no. You do not try to build around Ben Simmons. Why would you? He's been playing like ass.
He's young. I mean, but
doesn't matter, bro.
He's also been playing around. He's been playing around Kevin Durant and Kyrie, which should really make it easier for his type of game. Like, his game would. But that's paper supposed to.
But that's the biggest thing, though, is the fact that, you know what I'm saying? Like remember, it's not just his offense we're questioning; it's his defense too. You know, his defense isn't even up there. You get what I'm saying?
Playmaking as well. Like, he's not even like really going crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, I've seen him make some flashes of some good passing, but not good enough to the point where you're getting paid like what, $29 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what they gave up for you, it's not worth it. They gave up James Harden for you, bro.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so we got factor that in. And then, I was a big Ben Simmons fan in the past, right? And it's sad to see the situation that he's in, because there was a bunch of expectation with Ben Simmons. And so, I mean, you've said
the comparisons to LeBron, man.
Exactly. It was.
Once people start comparing you to LeBron and Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant and Shaq and all these players that are just once in a lifetime talent, like even Victor Wembanyama, like people certain, like Zion proved it. He went to the NBA and proved that this dude is different. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta prove it.
Yeah.
So like some of these guys, their expectations are a little too premature, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the potential is there, but you gotta be in the right situation, the right city, the right everything. Ben Simmons didn't get drafted to the right city. If Ben Simmons would have got drafted to a San Antonio where he could just literally hone in on his skills, a strict coach, he would thrive. Defensively, I'm talking about. Like, maybe he would have never figured it out offensively, but defensively, the effort would have been there. You get what I'm saying? The playmaking would have been there. If he would have been in a team like Miami, the defense would have been there. The culture would have been there.
Yeah.
But he ended up in a team like Philly where, it was the process, but it was the process for like 10 years, bro. It's been like the process, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? And then now we're in the final stage of the process without Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons was a huge Markelle Fultz. Remember, they had Markelle Fultz. Remember, they had, like, their process was a process, bro. They drafted Jahlil Okafor. Remember that? Like, people forget about that. Like, they had tons of number one picks, bro. Before they finally got it right with Embiid.
No,
so
you're right.
They get no passes,
and he was out for
bro.
3 years too.
They get no passes, bro.
Who, the Nets or the Sixers?
The Sixers. The Sixers get no passes. The Nets get no passes, bro. Because at the end of the day, teams are clearly showing you the best like chemistry, the best way to form a championship team. Look at the Warriors, bro. Build a core team, get them right, and then you trade once with your assets. Like, load up on the assets. You have to load up. You know what I'm saying? Because look what the Warriors did, bro. They won a chip, right? They had assets. They traded for KD. Won 2 more, right? Once they lost, right? Then they lost again with KD. Tanked, basically. Got a number 1 pick. Traded that, you know what I mean? Got rid of D-Lo. Traded the picks. Got Wiggins, you get what I'm trying to say? And became a championship contender again. Now, they're not playing too good. They have still assets, young players, and
the Warriors.
You know what I'm saying? And they got a contract with Draymond Green. They got options. You get what I'm saying? So they could go either way with it. They could go either way with it. They showed that they could tank and still get a pick and win. And they showed that they could be a super team. But the core is just building a nice core team with chemistry and don't really tarnish the core. That's why they kept Draymond Green for so long when they really didn't need him.
No, they needed him.
No, but I'm saying, that's why the chemistry. But now it's like Draymond Green is kind of fucking up the chemistry.
Yeah, because and noticeably, the Warriors are playing horrible defense.
Exactly.
They're not.
And what's to say? They came off a championship. Then, like, that's to say like this, right? Let's talk about it like this. We're in the podcast. The show is doing great, right? CashSports. But then all of a sudden, you just punch me in the face, right? And knock me the fuck out. And then from 2 or 3 weeks right after that moment, the show doesn't go good. Rick is always late. Rick doesn't show up. Pat and Rick doesn't have the chemistry. They're not laughing. They're not joking. The show loses ratings. It's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? It's obviously that Draymond Green issue was the problem, because dudes like Steph, dudes like Clay, they'll shrug it off like, all right, that's Draymond, because they've been through it. You get what I'm saying? But dudes like Looney, dudes like Poole, dudes like Wiseman, you could lose the locker room doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, those young guys are not, you know what I mean? It's not gonna land well with certain guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe with the guys that's been there since the beginning, but the guys that were just there, that shit not gonna slide with them.
Nah, I agree. I agree for sure. Scott tapped in. He said their young players are trash though. And
I mean,
now,
Jordan Poole not trash, bro.
yeah, I
Kaminga
mean,
not
not.
trash.
I mean that. I don't think he's talking. I don't think.
Wiseman.
Yeah,
Who's he talking
Wiseman,
about? Wiseman is
Kaminga,
the only one that's
because
really.
Kaminga
Yeah,
too. Because we got to factor in the expectation with Kaminga. They
But
want
I
a lot
think
of
didn't they send one of them to the G League?
Wiseman,
James Wiseman.
Yeah, they sent them to the G League.
and he was the number 2 pick.
Yeah.
So he is, but you got to understand the way they played Wiseman was completely wrong, bro. Like when you draft a number 2 pick, you don't put him in the bench. You start him and you play him. You get what I'm saying? Like when they got him, they basically like benched him. Like you know what I'm saying? They put him in the back burner, especially because like Wiggins and like you know what I mean. He was like the 5th. He was the number 2 pick, but he was like the 5th in the rotation type shit. That's not how you build a number 2 draft pick. If anything, they could have traded that pick and got another player. Like you know what I'm saying, to fill one of the needs that they really need, like maybe a big or something like that. Like a Wiseman, but a veteran version of a Wiseman. You get what I'm saying? Because they had the asset. That's the number 2 pick, bro. Because now that's kind of like slapping them in the face right now. The fact that they didn't really like develop him like they could have. Because Wiseman's not trash, bro. It's just he doesn't fit their system. You know what I'm saying? Like like he needs the ball in his hands type of big man, but they're a ball moving type of team. Like
a lot of ball movement.
A lot of ball movement. So he has to cut. He has to find his baskets the dirty way. It's like
play a lot of off ball. You know what I'm
which
saying?
is what Draymond technically is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So that still kind of like makes it harder for a young dude that's just used to being like basically like the core of a team.
So let me ask about this, right? Because we brought up the Warriors and we brought up Kevin Durant. So let's put those two topics together, right? So I was watching First Take earlier in the week, and Kevin Durant, he came out, he said some things in regards to his team, right? You guys heard of it, right?
Yeah, when he was down talking the starting 5.
Yeah,
like,
he was talking
play
down
hard. They was skipping practice and shit like that. Yeah,
and he's talking about his team now,
and,
right? Yeah, so he was just like, he was listing off the guys in the roster. He was like, well, I got Royce O'Neal, I got Nicholas Claxton. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to do with this roster? Who are they going to look at? And there's a lot of things that I took away from that statement. And for one, I mean, it's not really new. We know that Kevin Durant doesn't really have the same amount of heart in a superstar that we've seen in the past. And Stephen A. Smith,
he never had that heart. It's just that the telescope got widened ever since he joined the Warriors, much like LeBron. Like you see, LeBron answered after the super team. You get what I'm saying? But after Durant, once he got his own team, much like Kyrie Irving, they didn't really, like live up to like what the expectations that comes after winning a championship. After winning a championship, we expect you to win another championship. Yeah. So Kevin Durant is saying all that, but he really thinks himself.
Or at least be closer to it. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. I mean, we know, or I know that it's not really all on Kevin Durant because I mean, let's be fair here. But I mean, he can't alleviate himself from this situation. I mean, he deserves a lot of blame, because why would you lead the Golden State Warriors to go to the Nets? I mean, we understood why. I think it was better for basketball that it occurred this way.
And once again, him and Draymond Green, that was a big reason too. He said that himself out of his own mouth.
And they were trying to poo-poo that in that interview. Remember the interview that they had together? He was like, "Oh yeah, it was the organization. I didn't like the way they handled it." Man, bullshit, bro. You left because Draymond, you felt some type of way about people saying, "Oh, the championships had an asterisk next to it," and then
after that, the fans fed into it.
Yeah, and then Draymond Green called him a bitch. Like that was really the stamp. That sealed the deal with Kevin Durant leaving. So let me ask this now: do you think that the Warriors should try to trade back for Kevin Durant?
I think they could. I think they should, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah, I don't think they would either. I don't think that's like I don't know, like I feel like right now that'll just make it look like it's like
It'll look
for
bad
me.
on both teams.
Yeah,
Bad
you
PR.
know, like and KD damn sure not going back. Like KD
Nah,
not going back.
but guess what though? If they trade him like for Draymond Green included, then that kind of like alleviates the KD leaving originally situation. You get what I'm saying? Because now there's no Draymond Green. Klay Thompson's not the same. So it's like, you know what I mean? Maybe it will really be KD's team this time. You get what I'm trying to say?
Nah, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because we know he's gonna get the Finals MVP if they win a chip.
Yeah. I mean, you think so? I think Steph could definitely win it next time around. If they were to play again on the team. Oh, what you mean? Look at the way Steph Curry's playing. He's balling right now.
Stop it, bro. KD's back on the Warriors, bro, and he's doing the same thing Steph's doing, bro.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that won't be the case. I'm just saying Steph Curry could win. I'm just saying Steph Curry
he could, but who's the better player, Steph Curry or Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant.
Problem solved.
But he couldn't win. He could have won it last time, though.
Huh?
I voted for him last time.
What you mean?
In that finals when Kevin Durant was on the Warriors, and then I think it was the second one. I think Steph Curry was averaging like 30 or something. He was averaging basically 30 in that series.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant was averaging like what 27 at a higher percentage though. Like his percentage from the field, he was shooting like 60, almost 60% from the field. Like he was not missing any shots.
Nah. I'm not knocking that, bro. Yeah, I'm not.
It's too easy. Like this is Kevin Durant. Like the game come easy to him. And you got to remember one thing he has over Steph Curry's size. So he's gonna get some rebounds. He's gonna get some assists, some blocks. He's just gonna get certain numbers that Steph Curry's just not gonna be able to do position wise, bro. It's gonna be too easy for Kevin Durant to win the Finals MVP. Trust me.
Yeah, no. I'm not arguing that at all.
Yeah.
But going back to what I asked, with the question, right? And I'm on the same level as you guys, right? I don't know if the Warriors actually do it, but given the teams that's out there, I think they have the best situation or the best personnel to apply that. You know what I'm saying? But given the situation, I mean, the expectations with the young guys, they're not living up to expectations, right? So there's a lot of question as it pertains to the future. I mean, the only guy that's probably the most assuring person on the roster is Jordan Poole. Other than that, if we're talking about all the other young guys, I mean, we're still waiting for them to capitalize on the expectations that we thought they had, right? And then so with that being said, right? With the trade with Warriors and the Nets, because I think it could happen. I think because we still have some time till the All-Star break. I think they could trade some young players.
It's like a 45% chance.
I definitely think it could happen. Like I think that would happen.
What's the percentage?
I would give it probably like 30 to 40%. Okay. And then besides that, if it's not the Warriors, I think there's other teams out there. I think we could throw in Sky's Pelicans out there. I think the Pelicans can definitely do something with them. I think the Suns can trade for them. I think the Grizzlies could trade for them.
You never know. The Cavs might be able to make a big splash for him. Surprisingly,
I think the Trailblazers should trade for him.
Washington probably.
Washington, I think Washington can trade for him, but they
can trade, but they might not have a good package. But they're definitely going to be one of the teams because those are going to be one of the teams that he'll be interested in just because it's his hometown.
But I think he at this point or where he's at in his career, I think he's just trying to get an easy slate because remember what the teams that he brought up earlier when he asked to be traded, he was he listed off championship teams. He listed off teams that that can contend. Miami Heat, the Suns, and I know those were the two teams just coming off the dome. But we know where the situation is going, right?
Yeah.
So. Next topic though. Let me bring up something else. So hold on, let me bring this up real quick. So next thing is Luka, right? Luka, right now is looking like the league MVP of the NBA right now, early MVP. Right, he had a triple double. I think that's the fastest anybody has reached 50 triple doubles. 50 triple doubles. It's one shy of Magic Johnson's record for the youngest person to reach 50 triple doubles in their career. Right. So how are y'all looking at Luka? Like, how are y'all looking at Luka's season right now?
He's gonna break that record first and foremost, real easy. Like
which record?
That the one where you say he's one away from being Magic Johnson.
No, I said he got it already. He already broke it.
Oh, okay. You were okay. So I mean, yeah, it's easier nowadays to break all these records, man.
Why you say that?
Because the way the game is just like catered to guards and shit, and shooting, and like it's very guard orientated. Like it's a lot of triple doubles, and you know what I mean. I don't know. It's just it looked like it's easier to score triple doubles because you got the Jokic's, the Giannis's. Like there's so many players that just get triple doubles. Even Bam, like you see triple doubles a lot more often than you used to.
No, you're right. And I made a mistake. So he was the second youngest player to record 50 triple doubles. 50 triple doubles. First
LeBron
player.
James.
No, it was Oscar Robertson actually that did it.
Okay.
All right. So he had 33, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and right now, I mean, what's there to say about Luka? Luka's a fucking superstar, bro. Like he's balling. You know, I think we could say that it was kind of expected for him to really be balling like this. I don't think really anybody's surprised at Luka playing this way. But I'm just interested to see, you know, how far he can take it. You know, how deep can Luka's success go? How deep can the Dallas Mavericks go with the way Luka is playing right now? You know, and going back, you know, to his playoff performance or how he played in the playoffs, you know, and then now going into this year, I mean, Luka's looking like the best player in the league right now. Not undisputedly. You know, we know it's fluid. Anybody can really top that list. But right now, I say, you know, it's Luka and Giannis, right? But I'm not saying, but for me to say that he's the best player, I'm saying at this current moment, if we had like a little power ranking of the players currently, you know, basically like, you know, the MVP ladder or whatever. Luka right now is doing his thing, man. He's really doing his thing. And the way he's dominating the game, the way he's playing the game, it's very LeBron like very young LeBron like in terms of his numbers. You know, what he's doing with his numbers. You know, he's getting triple doubles. He's able to score on relatively anybody. He's able to get to his spot, get to his shot. You know, he knows how to take advantage of certain matchups and taking advantage of certain defenders because of his size and the way he shoots the ball. I mean, he's almost in that echelons of Kevin Durant when it comes to the top of the key and landing that mid-range 2-point shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Luka, it's as of right now, he definitely has the top spot, and I don't think it's going to be hard to take that spot away from him in terms of MVP. You know, I know we were talking about Joel Embiid, and he's doing his thing though too, but he needs to have his own stretch of games. Luka has been doing it from the start of the season. You know, even
he definitely has, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even up to this point. You know, and really all it's going to take, because with Luka playing like this, I don't see them losing more games and winning with him playing like this. I see him definitely winning more games. It just entirely depends on where he falls in that seeding, where he falls in the West. You know, for him to make an MVP conversation, or even if we're talking about something a little bit higher, if we're talking about higher stakes, you know, for him to be able to go on a deep playoff run. You know, but the way the seeding is looking in the West, the way things look in the West, honestly, there's a very good chance they could probably take the West low key.
I mean, they already made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, so they were one, you know what I mean, one round away.
Mm-hmm.
So
because
it's a chance.
You know what I mean? Because
he needs help, though.
No, he definitely does need help. But I'm looking at these teams, that has the top spot right now. Only team that I see them not beating is the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm firm on that. I think Grizzlies are a young team. They're a physical team. We know John Morant is out right now for a little bit due to an ankle injury. But going into the playoffs, I think, this team is going to be fully healthy, hopefully, knock on wood. But that's the only team I see not being able or being able to beat the Mavericks. I would put my money on them. And despite that, maybe the Nuggets too. But if we talk about Blazers, we're talking about Jazz, we're talking about the Suns. Suns is maybe up and down. I think that's a coin toss, especially how they finished last year. But I think the Dallas Mavericks can beat the Suns. So let's sum this up, man. What's y'all take on my opinion, on my observation?
Ask the question again.
What's your take on Luka?
Now, I would agree. Me personally, I'm a type of person. I also look at potential assists. You feel me? So, and it's I ain't gonna lie. I give it to Luka. He doing his thing. You feel me? I feel like if Luka had say if Luka had won, say if Luka had won 3 championships. I honestly feel like we could argue if he was better NBA player than LeBron. I honestly feel like that is an argument we really can have. You feel me? Because honestly, LeBron, you feel me? He a good player, good ass player. But it's I feel like some of the stuff we see it now, it's just like the past, shit that Jordan did inspired other niggas to go crazy, do this. You feel me? So I feel like some of the stuff he did inspired some people to be on some crazy shit, again, players like Luka. You feel me? And I feel like that's, you feel me? He doing his thing. You feel me? If he can stay healthy though. And I feel like if his team around him do their thing, you feel me? They already know. They already know what they gotta do. You feel me? And especially now, you feel me? Being that, you feel me? They got certain veteran players on that team. You feel me? Like y'all say, I feel like you do need some help. You feel me? He do need a young boy that's gonna come in there. You feel me? Give him some buckets too. But I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this is where Christian Wood comes into part. To be honest with you, you feel me? And I feel like this is where, he has to show. You feel me? I'm an NBA star too. You feel me? Because you feel me? As if you can see, if you've been watching Christian Wood, he been doing his thing out there too. You feel me? He dropped 28 the other game. You feel me? He's doing his thing, and I gotta respect it. So I feel like honestly, that's the point we at. Everybody, this is Luka going to do him. You know that. Right now, this season is about everybody else around him doing their part. And I honestly feel like if everybody else around him do their part, they could go far. I mean, they could go for him. So I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
And then so Rick, what's your opinion on what Todd said? If he wins 3 championships, how he's going to be looked at?
I highly disagree with that. I was gonna run with that because first and foremost, he has to win 3 championships for that to even be a conversation, right? We could speak hypothetically and be like, yeah, but then we have a person like Giannis who has one, who they talked about him in the conversation, but the very next season when he lost, the conversation ended right with his season. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's I see one of the same with Luka. I see him winning 1 ring. They're going to compare him to LeBron, of course. They're going to compare him to LeBron. They're going to compare him. The numbers are going to be way better than LeBron because I'm not going to lie. Individually, Luka's stats, statistically, from points, rebounds, assists, like AK says, AK's right when he says that he is having a better start than LeBron James. Statistically. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but as far as longevity and accolades, which is really what matters, he's not gonna be able to do that. Yeah. His MVP, but he has to keep you know how hard it is. It's he could have a monstrous season, win a chip this season, and then next season, if he doesn't win or go to 8 straight finals, it's just certain things he has to do. He has to keep doing amazing shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like until we see it, we can't stamp it yet. Statistically, yes, we can. But as far as saying you know what I mean, the conversation can't be had yet as far as him and Magic, LeBron, like not yet. Not yet. Let him win that MVP and then let's talk about it first.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or at least the finals appearance.
I mean, no, Western Conference Finals at his age, let's be honest, that's an accomplishment. Because Luka came into the league balling, rookie season. So
no, but I'm saying at least like make that finals appearance, and then we could maybe scratch the surface on that conversation.
Oh, exactly. At the same year of winning the MVP, though. So it's like a kind of like a simultaneous kind of thing, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you win your MVP, make it to the finals. Now you're scratching the surface. Now we could pay attention and be like, oh yeah, shit. If he could do this next year again or even further, then yeah, maybe. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe, yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because now the upside is Patrick Mahomes' upside. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, when you win so early, you got so many years to catch up to the, you know what I mean, to the GOAT now. You had a great head start. You had a great start. But
I don't think his career is gonna take the same trajectory as LeBron. No,
me either.
You get what I'm saying? Because Todd, like for him to even be compared in that situation, like I think if he had 3 championships, I think that compares him in the lines of Steph Curry. You get what I'm saying? Like I think so, because he's a point. He's still a point.
No. That's why I agree with you on that. But I feel like overall skill set, they're still gonna keep him that caliber of
LeBron.
A Giannis, a LeBron, a Magic, because of how overall and how dominant he is. How, like, you know what I mean? He is, and on top of that, the one thing that Luka has that I feel like Steph Curry doesn't have, Luka has more of that bad, like, you know what I mean? That he'll get some texts. You get what I'm saying? Like, he has a more like, I'll take it over. It's like Steph doesn't really have that. I'll take it over. Like, yeah, he shoots it. He has a green light. But you know what I mean? Like, Steph is not really the take it to the basket, like dominating, like how LeBron and Luka. Like, Luka can attack you all types of ways, and Steph can too. So I don't want to sit here and like demean Steph in any way, shape, or form. You get what I'm saying? But like, let's be real. Luka's a better overall player than Steph. I'm just gonna be honest. Am I being biased?
No,
you think I'm crazy for saying that?
No, you're not.
So I feel like, yeah, you'll compare him to Steph because they're both point guards, but you're gonna automatically be like, yeah, Luka's a better point guard than Steph because he gets more assists. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be too easy to give it to Luka, other than the championships and maybe shooting threes, which Luka can do too.
But let me factor this in, because I mean we talking about players and all that, because I mean let's bring up an old conversation I had on the stream. Like, would you say Kevin Durant is better than Larry Bird?
Yes.
Right? You would say that, right? I would say it too. But in that
it's
sense,
tough though. It's close. It's very close though. It's very close.
No, it is close. But I still give Larry Bird that, you know, the benefit of the doubt. I think, you know,
and another thing, I wouldn't be mad if like the OGs or the old heads give the nod to Larry Bird because they actually sat there and watched Larry Bird. They watched Kevin Durant. So they would know. So I would listen to somebody that would, you know what I mean? Like, I would listen to their argument. Someone that was able to at least watch Larry Bird play, or, you know what I mean? Because I know, we can look at Larry Bird play, look at his highlights, but
it's not the same.
You don't really feel their dominance. Yeah, you're not going to feel their dominance. I can't say I felt Jordan's dominance, bro.
Yeah,
I felt Kobe's dominance in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, from people shooting papers in the trash can saying Kobe, like, you feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kobe.
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't feel LeBron. I mean, his presence like that, as far as like
Bird
impact. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. It's generational, bro. Luka's gonna have that impact, though. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, he will.
Luka Magic is gonna have that impact. Like, just, you know what I mean? It's and he's a white boy, so it changes everything.
White and European.
You know what I mean? It changes everything because he could ball with the best of them.
Yeah. I mean, and then where I was going with that, it was because I know Luka is a better player than Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? But where I'm getting at is he doesn't have a better career than Steph Curry. You get what I'm saying? Like for him to say, okay, where I'm getting at with that is like, okay, he wins 3 championships. I'm gonna assume that he's gonna have maybe an MVP or 2 in there. You know what I'm saying?
But on top of that though, and this is what might be the tiebreaker, you're forgetting he may have guaranteed 3 Finals MVPs with those 3 championships, and that can be the nod over Steph Curry as well. Though, you get what I'm saying? Because you get what I'm trying to say? Like that, like a Giannis kind of edge. Like, oh, he brought it in his team.
Yeah.
Like Steph, but Steph had to really mold the team to defeat LeBron. Like Steph had to have Iguodala guard. You know what I mean? Like it's just too many. Like, you know what I mean? We know Luka will have that MVP. There's no question he's gonna get the Finals MVP along with the chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Steph has 4 rings, but he only has 1 Finals MVP.
Yeah.
That will go against that argument.
Yeah. No, for sure. And when it happens, then we'll be the first ones to say it. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely be on it and to reiterate that and say that Luka is over Steph. It's, you know, especially when it comes to that argument. I'm just always on that page where I got to see it to believe it first.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? I'm not one of those players who's just going to be like, oh, okay, he's playing like his stats are like this now.
I'm with you though. Like before you say LeBron, you would have to say a Steph.
You got to prove it. You get what I'm saying? Because
now, my friend, I just want to say something real quick.
No, go ahead.
It's just me. With I'll be a realist about stuff. Like, niggas got championships, niggas win rings. You feel me? That's like obvious LeBron. Like, but see, me, I'm the type of person to be like realist and know, like, if we put Luka on the Warriors, you're not telling me Luka not winning rings too?
Oh, that's a fact. You put Luka in the team.
So I feel like
but that's a fact. That's a fact.
I just feel like, honestly, like, we just get to the point of being like, this person didn't win, that person didn't win, but then it's instead of being real and being honest, and if we saying, if Luka had niggas to be like, you guard this nigga, you do this, you do that, but that nigga be winning rings too.
But think about it like this, though. If LeBron James doesn't get drafted to his hometown team and gets drafted to a big market team like LA to begin with, like how Kobe
had a coach too.
You get what I'm saying? Had a coach. There's a lot of things you could say that will make sure like LeBron's career trajectory will be like as great as a career LeBron James had.
He could have had different.
He could have had a whole completely different career. I'm talking about even if it's not as much chips as he had. Yeah. He could have been undefeated.
Yeah. He could have stayed in Miami.
That's
or anything. You know what I'm saying? So anything could happen. Like so we could do a lot. Because what if Steph Curry and LeBron join forces or some shit like or something like that?
Crazy.
Instead of KD, and like, you know what I mean? It was LeBron that made that decision after the whole thing. He won a ring for Cleveland and then said, "Fuck it, let me just join fucking. I beat these niggas. They beat me, and now we're in the same team. We're gonna beat everybody." You know what I'm saying? That do they lose a ring? Hell no.
Nah,
LeBron, Steph, and Clay, they would never lose a ring, bro.
Them niggas will go crazy.
I feel like they would be a way better team. Like you take Durant out and you add LeBron James, they're a way better team, bro.
Yeah, nigga.
What you think?
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
What you think,
honestly, I mean, I think they can be a better team. I mean, I think shooting wise,
like
I think they'll. I think
shooting wise, no, but it will make LeBron more of a point guard.
Yeah,
like primary. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's where I was gonna go with this. I think he's gonna be a better point guard. I think he'll be able to facilitate. Obviously, I think it would spread the floor because LeBron attracts a lot of attention when he drives in. But we still got to factor in the age part of it. I mean, we speaking in spectacles here in theory, but I agree. I mean, even with the way LeBron,
I was about to say, look at the way LeBron playing at his age. He's getting hurt because his team fucking sucks.
Yeah, no, you're right. But given that though, we know I think it would definitely be a really good situation for LeBron to be locked up in that team. But question is how are they going to look defensively? Because I think, I don't think Draymond Green is going to be on that team anymore after this year.
No, I mean,
but
you're talking about from now on. You're talking about from now on, right?
Well, I was just speaking from all angles, though, because, I don't know, if we're talking about the past or the future. I'm just speaking, from all angles here.
Because if Draymond Green leaves, it's like different routes. Like, are they trading? Because Draymond he has years left in his contract, right? Like, he's not a free agent this season, after this season. I think he has one more season. So the
No,
Warriors don't.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't have to like even like this conversation that we're having about Draymond Green is only like the teaser for what's to come next season. Because he's only gonna opt into his contract. You know what I mean? He's not gonna opt out. He's gonna get his money.
But I'm gonna be honest. I personally feel like the Warriors do not want to take that chance to feel and see what it is to be without Draymond.
But
Like,
that's why they're gonna be all for him opting in and see where shit go. You know what I mean? They're not gonna just like the Warriors. You see, like they had plenty opportunities to get Durant. They had a chance to get Durant in the offseason. They had a chance to get. You know what I mean? They're not making any hasty decisions right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
them niggas is not going. Them niggas ain't KD is not gonna go back to the Warriors, bro.
I don't know. But at that point, it's not really up to KD. It's what trade package the team can offer.
KD is not going. He gonna go back. That'd be cool.
I mean, but that's not his choice though.
It's not
because
his choice.
because it's the Nets.
Offer the Nets Wiggins, some picks, Wiseman, Kuminga. They're taking that fucking deal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the best offer. Like anybody else can offer. They could offer them young players and picks.
Yeah. I wouldn't even offer Wiggins. I would try to trade.
Nah, bro, I'm offering Wiggins. So, because if you throw Wiggins, it matches the contracts, so you could be able to give less players, bro.
I get you.
Because then they're gonna want to play like Jordan Poole. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm trying to say. You're not trading for a rinky-dink player. You're trading for Kevin Durant, bro. So you're not gonna be able to beat them in the head thinking, oh yeah, I got away with getting them Wiggins. They can be like, nigga, we just got Poole from you. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna get something out of you, bro. Period. Like you know that, bro. Like this is like they want the haul for Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
But the longer they take, his value is gonna go lower and lower. Though I'll just tell them that much.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna go lower. I think it's
no.
Still
The way he's been playing, the way he's still playing, it solidifies his asking price. Basically, he's having a great season.
Yeah,
he's having a great season, bro.
No, he is, and it's sad that it's sad that the Nets still suck.
Yo, y'all talked about the Lakers already?
Nah, we haven't. We can tap into it right now. What you guys say about it?
LeBron, where are you? Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, they looking good without LeBron, bro. Like you see, I'm like Ty said, bro. Sometimes you gotta be real, bro. Like LeBron. I'm a LeBron James fan. I'm not gonna deny it. You know what I'm saying? But I always try to be non-biased when I talk about the Lakers, though. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, if we're having a LeBron Jordan argument, I'm LeBron all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about basketball and the Lakers, I'm gonna try to be as non-biased as possible. So remember when I said in the beginning of the season when LeBron was causing us to lose certain games, I called it out. You know what I mean? So basically, what I'm trying to say is the ball moves way better without LeBron, bro. Like, without LeBron on the floor, Winnie and Gabriel really – and I feel like, honestly speaking, because I really like so basically, let me tell you like this. I really watched the whole games, right? Remember, I said this plenty of times, commercials and everything. And I feel like LeBron James is a little too hard on Winnie and Gabriel. Every time Winnie and Gabriel makes a mistake, he looks at LeBron with a puppy dog. Like, you could tell, like, he's devastated. I think LeBron James complains too much when Winnie and Gabriel, like, misses assignments or, like, you know what I mean, does certain things. Because when LeBron isn't on the floor, I don't know if you guys noticed, Winnie and Gabriel is really an energy player, bro. I'm talking about high impact. He's every Russ miss, he's there for the cleanup. Alley-oop for like he's there, you get what I'm saying? But when he plays in the flow with LeBron, it's more like, oh man, I fucked up. And then he kind of like shies away. And it's the same thing with Trez Bryant, same thing with Damian Jones. LeBron James, like his problem as far as leadership is concerned, he doesn't galvanize the young guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? He expects the highest from you because he knows what comes with, he knows he's gonna get a lot of critique. He knows he's gonna get a lot of bad prep. So he wants everybody to be on their A game. And when they're not on their A game, it's like his body language is terrible, bro. You get what I'm saying? And it feeds into the locker room. When your leader's like that, it makes AD looks bad when he getting 27 and 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though those are decent numbers, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It makes everything look worse. But now look, LeBron's gone. they don't even talk about the win. Nobody's talking about the win like that. If you look at First Take and all, they don't really talk. They're not talking about the win like that.
Well, the game happened Friday, and First Take's on Monday.
True. But you still usually during the weekend, you still hear reporters like, those other shows like Perk, Richard Jefferson. Those shows still come on the weekends. Like the World Reports and shit like that. They still talk about them. You get what I'm saying? Like I haven't really. You don't hear much. But the ball, just basically what I'm trying to say is like without LeBron, the ball's been moving great. You got a great game from Austin Reeves. You got a great game from Lonnie Walker again. You got a great game from Winnie and Gabriel. It was like 10 players that had double digits. You get what I'm trying to say? Or some shit like that. They were balling, bro. They were balling, bro. They were balling. But one thing I don't like, Darvin Ham needs to figure some shit out with his lineups because when he started, I think the third or the second quarter, he started with Pat Bev, Kendrick Nunn, and Dennis Schroeder with Trez Bryant and I think like Troy Brown or some shit. That was his 5 or like AD. Bro, 3 point guards and a big and like 2. That was terrible. Who the fuck starts with 3 point guards?
I mean, but I think he's just
playing fantasy. He playing fantasy out there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Dennis Schroeder, Pat Bev, and Kendrick Nunn on the floor at the same time with Trez Bryant and like AD or some shit.
He's trying to
get that lineup, bro. He changed that shit so fast, bro. The niggas started getting smoked.
He said the Lakers beat the Pistons. Come on.
I mean, they beat the Pistons without LeBron. The Pistons are the worst team in the league, but if this was a pivotal game, bro. This was a pivotal game. Because if they would have lost this game, it would have looked bad, bro, for the season, bro. They had to win this game, bro. Because if they don't win this game, they put themselves in a bigger hole.
You go, bro.
Am I right in my room? Yo, go ahead, Ty.
He was dipping.
Okay. Like if they don't win this game, they dig themselves in a bigger hole, bro.
And they had to win that game.
Yeah.
They had to win that game against the Pistons. I mean, we spoke about it. Anthony Davis had to play well. I mean, he put up 38 points yesterday.
38 points and 16 rebounds and some shit like that.
Yeah.
But this time, like last game, he didn't have any blocks. This time he had like 3 or 4 blocks. So he played 2-way. And regardless if it's the Pistons, bro, a win is a win. We got a pile of wins. There's any way we could get them, bro.
Yeah.
Because these bad teams that you're saying, the Pistons, like all these teams are not easy to beat. There's no easy wins nowadays, bro. These young guys are playing hard, bro. So whether you win or not, whether they the 8th seed or the 13th seed, a win is a win, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? Because the Clippers, the Warriors, they all losing to bad teams, bro.
Yeah.
So you can't pinpoint the Lakers when we've been. You can't just shit on the Lakers when we actually beat a bad team.
Yeah.
Because the games that we played, we had the toughest start. And it's crazy because they gave us a couple days off, right? But we're going to have another stint of like 24 games in like 16 days or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they gave us so many days off straight because we're about to – and 14 of those games are away games. So it's going to be bad teams, but it's going to be like a lot of road games because we're going to have 2 games in San Antonio back-to-back. Then we're going to have 2 games. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's how – so we got a chance to gather up some wins, but it's still not going to be easy, bro.
Yeah, because
the
Lakers are on a road trip after this game. So they go against the Spurs on Sunday, and then they go against the Suns in Phoenix, and then the Spurs in San Antonio.
Twice.
Yeah, Spurs twice in San Antonio.
So that's 3 times they play the same team within 7 games. You get what I'm trying to say? So
yeah.
They're not going to beat those teams. They're not going to beat the Spurs all 3 times just because that's the way it goes in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a lot, like adjustments. It's about adjustments. So if you play in the same team, you're going to be able to adjust. Like, you're not going to be able to beat them the same way. So it's all about adjustments. So if the Spurs win the first one, the Lakers got to win at least the next 2. If the Lakers win the first one, then they at least got to split the next 2. You get what I'm saying? So it got to go either way. But it's one game at a time with the Lakers right now, bro. Just one game at a time, bro.
Yeah.
One game at a time. That's it.
Yeah.
One game at a motherfucking time. Because LeBron was healthy enough to play. They just was like, all right, it's the Pistons. We're gonna sit him out. If we don't play until Sunday, then that means he had 11 days off. That's great rest for LeBron. They just got to figure out a way to let AD play the way he's playing with LeBron on the field, bro. Then we're talking. If we could get a 30, like with LeBron on the field, if we could get 12 rebounds and 30 points, 35 points, 32 points out of AD with like 2 or 3 blocks, I'm taking that, bro. All day long. Because what AD has to do, AD has to be like, yo, look, bro, I got this, bro. Let me be that nigga to take. Let me do it. You get what I'm saying? He has to do that. He has to, bro. LeBron can't do it, bro. Clearly, LeBron cannot do it no more. AD has to be the guy to get those numbers, bro. LeBron needs to be averaging 28 and 8, bro. Respectfully. Everybody else has to pick up the slack, bro. And then in the playoffs, we get the 30, 10 and 10 LeBron.
I mean, fact of the matter is, I mean, he said Spurs doesn't have talent. This guy said Spurs doesn't have talent, and he said Lakers 13th seed in the West.
I know, but bro, they're only Lakers is the 13th seed in the West, right? But they're only 3 games from the 8th seed. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like people got to understand, bro, how close it really is. The 8th seed can lose 2 games, and then they're in the Lakers' position right now. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. And all that,
and with the play-in, all you gotta do is make it to the 10th seed.
Yeah. And in respect, and I don't think teams like the Timberwolves, the Kings, like some of these teams, I think they're I think
they're gonna simmer down.
Yeah, I think some of these teams, it's gonna start to look different as the weeks fly by, because all it takes is a good streak. If you go on let's just say if the Lakers are 4-10, they have 3 straight wins. Oh, potentially. I mean, this is just me speaking hypothetically. If they have 3 straight wins, they're 7-10. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, that's
exactly. And then they could lose 2. That would be 7-12. Then they could win another 3, and then that's 10-12. Then they're only 2 games under 500. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if they could take it 1 game at a time, and then during that 1 game at a time, win at least 3 out of 5 games or 2 out of 5 games, they'll be good, bro. You don't have to be 500. Like the West is way tougher, easier than the East this year, bro.
He said, Scott, you see what Scott said? He said the only teams that they're better in are the Rockets and the Spurs.
In seeding wise, bro. Wise. But he has the bro. You know, with Skylar, the only thing about Skylar, bro.
Hey, hop on it, bro. Why don't you hop on the platform, Scott? I already got the link in there.
The only thing about Skylar, bro, it's like he makes points that I can't argue. So we just gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of course the Lakers are bad right now, but they still got LeBron James and Anthony Davis, bro. Like at the end of the day, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
And was he? And were the Lakers playing? Was LeBron ever playing with Dennis Schroeder and Thomas Bryant? Or who was the other guy they were waiting on?
No, he played with Thomas Bryant in the beginning of the season.
But he was out though.
Dennis Schroeder, yeah, because LeBron kept sending out those preseason games. So Dennis Schroeder, he didn't really play with Dennis Schroeder because they both were out for the same exact injury. But we about to have a full squad. We about to have a full squad, bro. Like once LeBron James come back, we have a full squad, bro.
Yeah, no, I disagree with what you said, though, Sky. I think they're better than OKC. I think they're better. I mean, the Rockets, Spurs,
they're better than the Kings. Yeah, they're better than San Antonio. They're better than come on.
Even though they won 5 straight, I still think remember this is early on in the season. You can have like a 7-game losing streak. They can have a 7-game losing streak next week. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but we just looking at what how it is now. The Lakers kind of dipped off defensively, and we know that they're going to need some pieces. They're going to need to make some type of move. right? And I think the biggest problem is, I mean, the Lakers just need some young guys, man. They just need some
They
young
got
players,
young
young
guys. They
players who
got
can
youth.
shoot.
They got youth. They have youth, bro.
Mm.
They have
Young dominant
Lonnie
players.
Walker, Troy Brown. They got that. They need shooters,
but that's not what
bro.
I'm talking about, though, bro. I mean, yeah, they need shooters, but that's not the sort of players that. Nah, you need somebody new, fresh that can take over, bro. I'm not talking
Turner,
about like,
bro. Miles Turner could take over. He's young. Miles Turner could give you a 31 game. Like other than like, are you talking about a player that could give you 20 to 30 points outside LeBron?
Yeah, they need something like that, bro.
AD, like a day that, where you could sit them.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like a win, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a good three, like a good backup three. Somebody who can come off the bench, you know, who can put a 15, maybe 15 and 8, 15 and 10. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a Christian Wood would have complimented the Lakers, you know, at least on the front end of the team. You know what I'm saying? To fulfill that role. You know, you can have somebody that can come in and fill in the role for Anthony Davis, give him time off the court, you know, have a good rotation. But despite that, I mean, Christian Wood was just me throwing somebody out there. But that was just me saying it. The Lakers, I mean, we know the Lakers got to make a move. They need some players. They need to make some type of move, and it comes down to their shooting. Their shooting is their biggest concern. And I think if you take away that, I think if you address that issue, if you fix that problem, I think we would have a completely different argument when it comes to the Lakers. Let me add him, my guy, man. He just joined the stream. CashSports, I just found your channel. Peace to you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. What's going on, though, Sky? Hey, what happened to Rick?
I'm right here, man.
Nah, what's up, man? How you doing? Well, so tap in, man. Release your stress.
Man, them people sad, man. He can say whatever you want. You got to understand when you getting hyped over beating the Spurs and the Nets is garbage too. Like they got to be the contender for me to believe in that they back to normal. Like,
I mean, but you still got to score against the Nets, though. The Nets, I mean, they're not good defensively. They're horrible defensively. But I think if you can score more than a team like the Nets, because, I mean, Kevin Durant is still playing well. I think as a team, their chemistry, in terms of the offensive side of the ball, I think they're starting to mesh. I think they're starting to look better. Because and partly is due to, you know, Jacques Vaughn being the new head coach. But despite that, I'm not trying to up the Nets, you know, right now, because they're in a completely different situation. But as far as the Lakers are concerned, right? If I'm talking about the Lakers, I think those are good wins, bro. I mean, me and Rick, I mean, we're not looking at those wins and putting too much value into them. The fact of the matter is, I think where we're coming at, or at least where I'm coming from, is at the fact that they were needed. You know what I'm saying? And the games like we've seen with Anthony Davis is the games that he needed to have, and what we needed to see from Anthony Davis for the team to move forward. You get what I'm saying? Because in the past, the biggest X factor wasn't LeBron James. Obviously, we knew, you know, with the situation with Russell Westbrook and whether, you know, that was going to work out, how the rotation was going to go, whether he was going to start and whatnot. But the biggest thing was, can Anthony Davis stay in the lineup? And can he be that player that we've seen 2-3 years in the past? And I think that's the biggest story, instead of focusing on, you know, the type of teams that he's playing. Because right now it's like a tune-up. Like it's almost like, you know, with boxing, right? You know, you get a tune-up fight and then you get the big fight. I think with these wins with Spurs, who did they play? Pistons. Who did they play before the Pistons? Rick?
Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn.
The question is though, like AD doing that. AD, if you could tell me a center that he did that against, then I respect him. Tell me a center he did that against, and I'm gonna respect him. Claxton, he undersized. Them people don't even play with no center. So him putting up them 34 points, that's not gonna happen in every game. That's the point I'm getting at. Them 2 wins that they gonna always get. If he play against somebody that don't have a center. Like when he got a bang, man, you looking at him to get 20 to 21 points. That's a fact.
Let me see. Let me tap in. Let me Rick, what you got anything you want to say?
My fault, y'all. My fault. Hold on. Give me 5 minutes.
No, I got you. And so I'm looking. So Scott,
I'm gonna rebut on all that, Skylar. I'm gonna rebut on all that. Give me 5 minutes. Hold on.
So wait, so Scott, so are you talking about like particularly like the sort of game he had, or just like playing well against decent competition?
What I'm saying is basically, if you look at the score with the Pistons and him, what he did was get him over the hump. If he play a team with a good center, you take them points away to like 22, they lose. It's obvious. Just look and see. Like if he plays somebody with a decent center, they gonna lose.
But they beat the Nuggets October 30th.
When they beat the Nuggets, Jokic played because Jokic
he
been playing.
No, he played. This was on October 30th though. So obviously it was a while ago.
We talking about a center that's athletic. Jokic is hurt. Y'all can see that he hurt. Like why you think they set him down? He been hurt. So he's not as athletic as he normally be. Like so the Nuggets lost last night. The Nuggets like on a 2-3 game losing streak. Yeah. Because they been out. Yeah. So
yeah. Jamal Murray was out. Jokic was out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically the Spurs. Even though they won, I'm not saying they ain't gonna sneak and get one on every good team, but most teams you're gonna play at least 4 to 3 times. You got to win at least 2 just to be in the play-in. You're gonna have to beat them good teams at least two times, which I don't see them doing. That's the point I'm getting at. Like you got more good teams than you have bad teams, which meaning the teams like they beat. Right, they can't afford to lose those games because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna lose those games to like the Phoenix Suns, the top teams. They're gonna lose them battles, so they gotta win those. But that to me, them ain't enough wins to put them in the top 10. No, them not enough wins.
No, I hear you. I definitely feel you. But here's the thing though. So, but with Anthony Davis in the way, because I want to focus on like how he's playing and the way he's in his approach. You get what I'm saying? Because he's attacking the basket. Obviously, he's being a lot more aggressive. So, with the way that Anthony Davis is playing, so you don't think if you were to continue playing this way, you don't think they'll have better success? You don't think they'll be better as a team? Because Rick made some early points early on. He said, obviously LeBron has to be part of the lineup, but without LeBron, they've been meshing well. They look like they look like a better team offensive. Not to say that they are a better team without LeBron, but you can see that their approach is different. But I mean, even though Anthony Davis, he's taken a lot of hits in the past. You get what I'm saying? But I don't think we can kind of forget, the type of player that Anthony Davis used to be. And even if he were to give a remnants of that.
Man, Anthony Davis was a Pelican before he was a Laker. Anthony Davis is not doing nothing he didn't do down here. The only difference is it wasn't noticed. What y'all saw as Laker fans was highlights, which you could pull highlights up on anybody. The dude missed the same amount of games, always was hurt, and doing the same thing he was doing. Nah, he ain't doing nothing different. Like y'all be saying the Pelicans, where if he could get back to those days, he was doing the same thing. Didn't he have 2 good games just now against 2 weak teams? And then when it comes to playing the good teams, he don't show up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And back to the question when you was asking about, do you think he could keep up that same aggressive, the way he playing aggressive, right? You never answer my question. What center he ever played in these 2 games when he had the 30-something points? That's a real center.
I'll give you that.
Sometimes
Nobody.
You gotta take advantage of your matchup. If there's nobody,
I'm not saying that he ain't supposed to take advantage of it, but we all know when it comes to the top 10 teams, they have legit centers. Even if you go in the West, he's not better than Embiid. He gonna get killed. He's not better than Giannis. He gonna get killed. He's what that I can't even think.
He beat Joker.
Jokic.
He beat
not
Joker.
Jokic. I'm not even speaking on Jokic because if Jokic is healthy, he's definitely not better than him. I'm gonna use Capella. Capella just gonna out rebound and out hustle him. He gonna put up the
Oh
points, but
my
he
God.
gonna get out hustled. So something gonna have to take a backside. Either he gonna put up the points and get out rebounded, you hear me? Hustle and hope they win. Do you think that team without him putting up over 30 points is good enough to win a game? Is the question.
I think it depends on entirely on the other players. Like I think Anthony Davis.
If our supplementary players step up like how they did, yes, bro. Come on, bro. No question.
Yeah.
Look who
What the
they
hell? We
y'all
scored
steady
120
saying.
something
Look,
points.
y'all steady saying if they step up, you got to put them in the same category as you put Anthony Davis in. Now, and what I mean by that is, besides Kevin Durant, the man told y'all, besides Kevin Durant, who do they have to step up against? The team, the Lakers roster is better than them people. You take Kevin Durant off there, that's the Spurs. Kyrie Irving, you can say he always gone, so you can't even count on him. Y'all acting like they beat up on world beaters. No, man, that's what Kevin Durant was telling y'all.
Nah,
We
but
not
see,
even a championship team.
No,
that's
we
not what
talking
we
about that's
saying
the
though.
game that they played, bro. We're talking about it because that's the team that they just played, bro. Whether it would have lost, won, draw, we would have been talking about whoever they would have played against. They played against the Nets and then they played against Detroit.
See,
and
y'all,
they won.
this is what
So
I'm
that's what we
trying
got
to
to talk
say.
about.
This is
And
what
then-
I'm trying to say. I'm not saying, see, in y'all head, y'all think I'm saying that the Lakers are worse than the worst team in the league. I'm not saying that.
No, we're not.
What
I'm
I'm
not saying
saying
that.
is they
No, you're
not a
saying they're
top
better
10
than the
team.
worst team in the league, but worse than the other teams.
They 13, man. They like 13 on the list, man.
Yeah,
At
but
the end of
they're
the
also
season,
3 games away from 8th place,
let
is
me
what
tell
I'm
you,
saying. So I
I
get what you're saying.
understand that because look who they played. To put them there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It look manipulating. But when the same way they got an easy run, they're gonna have another hard run. That's the way it works.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it works. So you could put them right back where they was when they get to that hard run.
You got to understand, though, this is only the beginning of their first easy run, though. They didn't have an easy run yet, though. That's what I'm trying to tell
This is
you.
what I'm trying to tell you. You steady saying they ain't have an easy run. Don't you know? See, that's the excuse y'all like to use. Don't you know?
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna tell you why. This why. Don't you know when you said ain't no run easy? They said. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you go in there, when you go at a team and you look at certain teams, you look at them like a win. When you good, that's when you good. You be like, oh, that's a win.
No, I didn't
That's
say
a
that.
win.
See, if you was watching the stream, Scholar, you would have heard when we said there's no easy wins. We just said no matter if it's the team in the bottom of the seeding, you can't just walk in there thinking you're gonna win. Because
No,
they know
I
all the
get
teams
what
that
you.
you thought were doing bad are doing
That's
good.
from a fan point of view. I look. I get what you're saying. That's from a fan point of view. And what I mean by that, from a fan point of view, don't they do rankings every year on what team's gonna be good and what team's gonna be bad, right?
Yeah.
Which means everybody looking for this team. Not saying it's gonna go that way because nobody knows it'll go that way until they start playing, right? The point I'm getting at is they're so sad to everybody that's coming in there feel like they could beat them. It ain't the other way around. Like nobody's preparing for the Lakers.
No, everybody's actually preparing for the Lakers to play their best game against the Lakers, bro. You got it completely wrong. And there is also something called a power rankings too that changes every week depending on how the team plays. So the
I'm talking
Lakers are
about the
bad right
beginning.
now, and I'm with you, Skylar. Like I said before, like the arguments you make are hard to you can't go against what you're saying. You're saying facts, but any team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they won a chip before. I'm just not going to sleep on them personally.
Y'all
You know
said
what I'm
that last year.
Hey, look.
That's just looking at it from a fan point of view. That's what I'm saying. You looking at it from a fan point of view.
I mean,
and
but
not
they had a
looking-
different coach
No,
though,
bro.
and they're
They have
running their
different-
offense
that's what
different.
I'm saying.
I
And
get
any
what
team
y'all
with
saying.
LeBron
Y'all
James,
using
regardless if you're a fan or
Do the
not,
coach play?
those are contending teams. It's
Do
like
the
just
coach
like in the
play?
other end. I'm not a Durant fan, but at the end of the day, a Durant, Kyrie Irving team is supposed to be in the playoffs. That doesn't mean I'm a fan.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You saying it's supposed to be, but they not. You got to look at
They're
what
not
it is. See,
supposed to
you
be,
stuck.
or they're not
Look.
currently.
They supposed to be,
Because
but
there's
they not.
plenty of reason why. There's plenty of reason why you can't win a championship. Chemistry, coaching changes, injuries. So, like, what are you talking about?
You know what you fail to realize? The same thing LeBron them fail to realize. Though the league then flip.
I knew he was gonna. I knew that's what he was gonna say, bro.
The league then flip.
I knew that's what he was gonna say, bro.
So those guys, and that's the problem LeBron running into. Those guys that's like Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, all them guys that's showing up now, he traded them. The guys he went and got, now they old and washed up, and that's who he trying to get now. Like the Blake Griffins. That's LeBron. That's LeBron era. LeBron don't realize he old.
Blake Griffin is LeBron's era.
To an extent.
What I mean by that is he was a star back when he was a star. He's no longer a star.
Yeah, in the 2010s.
That's what I mean.
Derrick Rose, like, what?
No,
that's the point I'm getting at. That's the point I'm getting at. But this is what I'm saying.
Don't know
like
what Zion and Ja and all these dudes gonna be in 10 years from now. Like Zion could be all good now, and then 5 years from now, he could be Greg Oden for all we know.
Man, that ain't the point I'm getting at. The point I'm getting at is if he would have waited and stayed, he could have been, the team could have been good, right? So it's to the point he treated all the young talent the way that they had to nobody don't want to play for him or play with him. So he forced to get old talent. Don't nobody want to play with him? You think people lining up to go play with LeBron James?
Nah, not today. It's not like how it used to be.
So now you got to get
the man is 38 years old. I wouldn't expect 100 people to be lined up playing with LeBron James at 38 years old. Like,
but this is the point.
All the money.
The Lakers fans always holler out. The Lakers fans always holler out that they need talent. The talent has flipped, and none of the talent that's good want to play with him. That's the point I'm getting at. So what talent y'all gonna get?
Yeah, Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
And they clearly want to play for the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you y'all looking at Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, they just trying to get from out the pieces.
Yeah.
And you don't think, and if y'all thinking they gonna push a needle, y'all crazy.
It makes a difference. Why not?
What difference does it make when most of the top teams running 10 off the running 10-man rotations? What difference is that gonna make? Tell me that.
I mean, we're gonna give up one player to get two players.
Man, that's what I'm saying. What difference is it gonna make with the winning and the losing if most teams run a 10-man rotation that's in the top 10? So what that mean y'all bench gonna be? Depleted. That's why nobody trade. As good as Kevin Durant is, that's why nobody don't want to trade for him, because then you're gonna have to blow your whole team up just to get him. And then
if you get a Buddy Hield and a Miles Turner, that makes Lonnie Walker more of a 6-man. So that kind of does make our bench a little more deeper, because it's bringing everybody a position or two lower.
So listen to what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. So you get them, you're gonna put Lonnie Walker on the bench, and who else you gonna put on the bench? Somebody else got to go to the bench.
All right, so hear me out. So if I get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, right? I'm assuming my starting 5 will be Dennis Schroeder, right?
Trash.
Buddy Hield, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Miles Turner, right? That's the starting 5.
That's the starting 5,
right? All right, cool. So now off the bench we will have Pat Bev. We got Lonnie Walker. Then we got Troy Brown. We got Trez Bryant. And then we got we got Austin Reeves. We got Wendy Gabriel. You know what I mean? All these dudes move down a notch. And then you never know what other trades we can make. We could trade Kendrick Nunn and Pat Bev and get
who want them dudes. What y'all gonna get for Kendrick Nunn?
It's not about who want them. It's about what their contracts are. They both are expiring contracts. That's what you're not understanding, bro. That has value in itself outside of the player. You know what I'm trying to say? Expiring contracts is a thing. People want that for cap space. People want that.
Man, I'm telling you, who they play next? The Spurs.
Yeah, they played the Spurs.
Then who they play?
They play Phoenix.
They gonna lose to Phoenix. Who they play?
Hey, you said they were gonna lose to. You said they were gonna lose to your Pelicans, though.
Man, they beat us. Man,
you say a lot of things.
Look. They beat us.
And here come the excuses.
But what y'all fail to realize, that was like luck. We all knew that was luck. But a win is a win. But that was luck. But the point I'm getting at is that was the way to, and it was luck. Like we shouldn't have even been in the game with that being the Lakers at home. So we just dropped the ball based off of our youth making a bad decision. So that game was like a learning game for us. So we all right with that. And plus we beat them 3 times last year. Eventually we're going to get one in. So that's the one. But when they come back down here, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
We had 2 people out. I was starting lineup and y'all barely won. We had 2 people out. Brandon Ingram ain't played. Brandon Ingram kill him every time we play him.
But here's my thing. I think if they can make that small adjustment in their roster, like if they can improve on their shooting, I think that's a very big difference, bro. Because looking at the Lakers, I don't think they're a bad defensive team. They're a decent enough rebounding team. If they can add shooting to their roster, and that would change the trajectory of how they'll be able to, change.
And on top of that, somebody to bolster up the paint with Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis is still a paint beast.
Exactly.
Defensively. So you
really
got like Miles Turner. So
if you can get
not a bad team.
That's what y'all get from 2 games.
No, that's what we've always said.
What do you mean? Everybody
we've always said they need a center and they need a shooter.
All great, yeah. And the AD's been playing defensively good all season. Like you're not gonna act like AD's not playing good defensively.
Man, AD not.
Come on now, bro.
I'm not biased, bro.
No, I'm not being biased. See, y'all looking at it from the 2 games, man.
No, I'm not, bro.
Man,
I just said all season.
Man, the people been giving up. Y'all acting like them people 1 game. They record is 1 game better than the Nets.
That doesn't matter, bro.
That do matter. That show you where he at.
Bro, they're 3 games away from 8th seed, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We know that. We know that.
So
all right, check this out.
What's the difference?
Check this out. Who all they beat? Who all beat them? That's what I need to know. Pull up about who all beat them. I'm gonna show you what I'm
saying.
They lost to them.
Who all beat them because they got about what 7 losses.
They lost to the Warriors first game. Then they lost.
About 9 losses.
Who they lost to?
They lost Warriors, Clippers, Trailblazers, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Jazz, Cavs, Utah again, Clippers, and then Sacramento.
That's the point I'm getting at.
And the only bad team that they really lost to out of all those teams was Sacramento.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, you're stuck in the past.
No, I'm not stuck in the past. I'm just saying that's the only bad team that they actually really lost to, that they should have actually won on paper with them being as bad as they are, is what I'm saying. Like the Lakers are bad on paper right now. They are a bad team the way they are right now. They are a bad team.
Man, anytime they play, they bad. Y'all gonna always make excuses. That's what I'm saying. Like saying, man, the team just bad, period.
I ain't gonna lie.
Now y'all
Scott,
saying
where you get your PhD from, bro?
Listen what y'all saying. Y'all saying the team.
Where you get your player hating degree from, bro?
I don't get nothing. I'm telling you, I watch basketball. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I watch basketball. I don't look at the names on the back of the jerseys like y'all do.
Either, bro. No. See, that's what. See, I don't think you watched the show. You probably just jump in to give your take. But we are non-biased here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like just because Lakers could be your favorite team, Pelicans could be your favorite team. I think you show a lot more biasness than we do. To be completely honest with you, bro. Like,
to who?
Bro.
Come
on, we all know you hate AD, bro.
I don't, man. No, I don't, man. I call a spade, man.
Nah, and then you always say spade is spade after you say some hating ass shit, bro.
Look, how I'm tripping. Well, about a week ago, y'all was saying they need to trade AD. Now
I did not. No.
Yeah, 2 games.
I did.
Now he had 2 good games, and y'all say he need to play like this all the time. And boom, as soon as he play a good team, y'all gonna be saying, man, y'all need to trade AD again. So who sound biased? I'm just sticking to what I say because I know what the results gonna be.
I still think
we could say trade AD and then keep AD. That's being non-biased, bro.
How that's not being non-biased? How is that being
because
biased?
You don't give a fuck if he's there or not, bro. What you talking about? We want the team to win.
Yeah.
This the point I'm getting at.
You want the team to win.
That's biased because I'm gonna show you how that's biased.
Just like how
I'm
you
gonna
don't
show you how
care
that's biased.
what name's on the back of the jersey, we care about the name that's on the front of the jersey.
Let me talk real quick. All right.
I'm gonna show you how that's being biased. This is how they're being biased, right? Y'all try to make it seem like it's a win or a lose. Now y'all saying y'all got good. First it was Russ. Get rid of Russ. Russ come off the bench. Russ playing good. No, keep Russ. It's AD. AD go to playing bad. Boom, 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 boom. It's we need to trade AD.
Nah, don't forget they wanted to trade LeBron too.
Man, no, they ain't never want to trade LeBron. They don't never say nothing about LeBron.
Phil Jackson
they don't never
trade LeBron.
LeBron got his points. That's what they said.
Yo, Pat, did they not try to trade LeBron?
Yeah, it was thrown out there.
But the point I'm getting at is, if you believe in your system and your team, you're not gonna say that. Like us, it's not being owned by it. For why Zion, he a liability on our defense.
Zion?
Yeah. I don't care how good he is by the rim shooting 70%. He's a liability on defense for the Pelicans. Valanciunas, he's a liability on defense for the Pelicans. It ain't that I'm saying we need to trade him, but he's
now can I say something?
It's good. He good based off the team he played.
All right. Now can I say something? Now our team, right? We're great defensively. We're bad offensively, right? So as the team, what do you if you was a GM, Scholar, right? And you're not biased, right? You're not biased. You a GM. Your team is good defensively, and it don't even have to be the Lakers. What do you do? Do you make a move or do you what? What do you do?
So if your team bad on offensively?
Yeah, but you're like top 5 defensively, but you're bad offensively, and you're losing games though because
that's what I'm saying. They're all bad to y'all standards. They bad because they losing.
No. The question is, what do you do?
What do I do with what? If they bad offensively?
You the GM. What would you do?
That's common sense. You go look for offensive players, but you got to also realize the offensive players you bring in that might make your defense be bad. So then, how you improve that?
No. So what do you do? You
what you mean?
The question.
I just said it. You're supposed to go offensively, but me personally,
go ahead.
Me personally, and it's just me. Me personally. I thug it out. If it's the defense, we need to work on the offenses. I would not give up no trades or none of that. Because if you think about it,
so how do you work on your offense? Like, what do you do? That's what I'm saying. Like answer the question.
You got to bring shooters in. I wouldn't go look for no Buddy Hield and nothing. They got people in the G League and all that could shoot.
We tried that though. We got the Matt Ryans. That's what I'm trying to say. We tried that, dude. We tried that, Scott.
So what's the difference? Because if you look at, and I tell people this all the time.
Remember, he helped us beat y'all.
But this what I'm saying. The point I'm getting at is, you look at Buddy Hield, a streaky shooter too. He's not gonna put y'all over the edge.
But he's one of the best. He's one of the higher percentage shooters in the league.
Your percentage is tricky though.
No, but it's for the past couple years though.
Man, this is what I'm saying. Percentage is tricky though. If I shoot the ball,
find your shooting in the G League.
If I shoot the ball one time, right? If I shoot the ball one time, I'm shooting 100%, which means I don't have to shoot the ball no more times that season. What I'm gonna be shooting?
Cause Scholar, can you admit this though, that the Lakers not scared to shoot? Like they're shooting, they're just not making it.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more of it's no ball rotation. It's one-on-one ball. Y'all don't, dog. Y'all watch basketball. Don't y'all know the Celtics was a top team in defense last year and wasn't really. They was basically ISO outside of Jason Tatum and
I feel like
Brown.
that's LeBron's fault though. Like LeBron slows the ball down. He stops like the ball movement.
So that's what I mean. It's not the team. It's the coaching. It's every man. It's hard to be a top 5 team in the NBA. Y'all willing to risk that defensively to go get offense to lose y'all defense and still lose and get outscored. What's the difference? The only reason y'all was able to beat us
because you know what? Because remember, like you said, the NBA flipped, bro. Because so like this, right? The Lakers are averaging what? I think 110 points on the offensive end. Let me see.
Trending upwards though. Trending upwards.
Yeah, let me
just FYI. Even during the losses, they've been trending upwards.
Yeah, I want to get
percentage wise.
Yeah, I want to get those stats right. But they're like in the middle of the pack. Defensive team. But I mean, they're still consistent. They're still good enough defensive team, in my opinion, right? And so, like you said, the NBA's flip. Back then, defenses were a lot more valuable back then. Today, for you to even win a championship, or for you to even be in a conversation to be in a championship conversation, your defense doesn't have to be the best. It just needs to be somewhat subpar or good enough. It's really offense that you really need to invest in. You can't shoot, you can't win no championship. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we're saying. Because at the end of the day, if you're giving up, if we're giving up any other players on the Lakers roster, I mean, who are they really giving up that's gonna hurt? That's gonna really hurt their defense.
Nobody.
Who won't take anything?
We giving up Russell Westbrook, bro, who actually hurts our defense. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we wouldn't be like Skylar. For one, I would never be the one to say trade AD. Like, because I feel like AD and LeBron is a good tandem. They work together perfectly. It's been proven they could win a championship. So I don't think changing that helps us. But changing a player like Russ doesn't hurt us as much as it helps us. That's just my opinion, though. Like you said, like I could be wrong.
See, you arguing a point. The point I'm getting at is the people gonna be sad no matter who they bring over there. That's all I'm saying.
And that's
you don't know that though.
I know that though. Y'all said that when y'all was saying wait till what that boy name is, wait till he come back. They was trash. I can't even think his name.
Dennis Schroeder?
No, not Dennis Schroeder. Last year. It was some
None? Last year. I don't know who we talking about, Pat.
Yeah, I don't know who you talking about. Yeah, last year. And you got we weren't streaming then. But
that's what
No, but I mean but he's probably talking about I know he's probably talking about
like talking about Lakers fan as a whole, probably.
Yeah, as a whole. But I don't know which player you talking about though. Are you talking about like Kendrick Nunn?
It had to be Kendrick Nunn because
I mean because there were no expectations there, bro. Like last season we
just needed him back. We wanted him to get traded. We wanted him to come back so we could trade his ass. Like
that was all the story. The whole story last year was how bad or how disastrous the Lakers season was with Westbrook on the roster. You know what I'm saying? But now the Lakers, it's a different situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just I look at it as just one good move away from them for them to be in the conversation, to be able to be competitive. That's all we saying.
Name that one move. What teams they'll be better?
We just said it numerous of times.
But
no. I say that one move. The teams they'll be better than.
That's the same move that the teams like. We'll tell you right now. You get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, right? That takes Russ out the team. So that takes
Buddy Hield and I can't even think of that about the boy name. Miles Turner. Name the teams that they better than.
With
that one move make them better than. Name them.
Go ahead, CashSports.
I got you. Hold on. Let me bring up the standing.
Mind you, Russ is out the team, so let's just remember that too.
So they're better. I think they would be better than your Pelicans. I'll say that.
Let's talk about it.
I say they're better than the Timberwolves. I think they're better.
This why I say they ain't better than us, right? And it's real talk.
Let him answer the question first. No.
All right, go ahead.
Just remember your point, bro. Because you asked the question, you gotta let him answer. Let him name the teams, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am. I'm wrong.
Rockets. No. You gonna talk after this, Scott? Rockets, Spurs, OKC, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Kings, Mavericks.
Open them a little bit.
And Jazz.
They're better than the Suns, bro. They're gonna be better than the Suns.
Right.
The Warriors. I'm giving them all that, bro. Don't ask me that question.
Oh, y'all being biased.
I'm not.
Y'all
bro,
being
I was trying to be. I was trying to be as lenient as possible.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. He's being lenient.
That's biased.
That's not biased.
Because bro. Sometimes, look, you got to understand something about culture and basketball too, Skyler. Like just like how you said, the culture is everything in sports, bro.
Especially with the Lakers.
Especially with the Lakers culture, bro. That little spark of something can change everything, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And a 10-game streak can change everything. Can automatically make us an over 500 team. We went 10 games straight. Right or wrong. And we've seen it happen before. Like I'm not just saying LeBron James team. I'm just saying teams in general.
They just won. They just on a 2-game winning streak.
And then Anthony Davis said, look, we did this the last time. We got a 2-game streak. We got excited and we got ahead of ourselves. Now we taking it 1 game at a time, which is the right thing to say, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Man, all that sound good. That's why I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna be back on here. If it be the quality team, then I'm gonna feel different. He's supposed to say that. That's what he's supposed to say. They was taking it 1 game at a time last year. Remember they said that last year?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, man, we got to be honest. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying that they can't be better, but what I'm saying, what they showing me, right? Like prime example, this how I'm a Saints fan too, a New Orleans. Man, that shit we got out there trash, man. I'm gonna call it. I don't even watch that shit no more on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Like
That's
just being honest, I'm not biased. Like you got to understand what they putting out there in front of y'all. You get Miles to turn and Buddy Hill. Oh yeah, it's gonna sell a few tickets until they lose about 4 games after they come. Then they gonna be
think about it like this though. But last year it got that bad for us. That's what I'm saying. Like last year it was that bad. Like you see how when you couldn't even watch it, and you gotta think about it like this too, Scott. The Lakers game come on late. So we got to stay up to like 2, 1 in the morning, late at night to watch these games for them to lose. So we like eventually some shit got to give, bro.
Man,
so whether it's biased or not, you know what I mean? A move got to be made, bro.
Until they go young, they going to lose. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not.
And you don't think, all right, and you don't think they went younger? They got younger, Skylar.
No, they went younger than what they is, but they not young. They not young. That's the rejects from Brandon Ingram.
If they get rid of Russ, man, they get a little younger.
The class they got right now, they did go younger. The class they got right now, that's the Brandon Ingram and the Kyle Kuzma them class. Then they got the class underneath them, which is the Zion class. And then they got the class underneath them, that Jalen Green them class. They just went second to the bottom. They went them people like. The people they got now is like 1 contract away from being out the league. They're going to get probably 1 more contract. And last year y'all had the team that was on the last contract. That's why all of them gone. All I'm saying is, man, until they go like we can't expect Orlando to be sad in the next 4 years. You'll be crazy if you think that. Everybody, the league, you wondering why y'all remember Memphis used to be trash. Everybody wondering how come Memphis winning. That's that same team, that John Morant. That's that Zion class.
Teams like Detroit, like teams like that, they're gonna be good eventually.
Exactly.
But they have chemistry though. They have chemistry.
But that's what Scott's put. That's his point though.
That's my point. And y'all getting people, putting them together, and trying to make it work. That's why they losing.
So you think that trade with Buddy Hield,
Like,
you don't think
no,
it worked?
I know what Scholar's saying.
Why
Scholar's
would it?
saying after
Tell me.
this is what you're saying, right, Scholar? Tell me if I'm wrong. It's two things. The Lakers should have never won, traded Brandon Ingram and them to
Exactly.
Or when they won the chip, they should have just kept that team because they had the chemistry. But either way, they fucked up by they just keep making moves. Like they just
every year is a new move. That's the point I'm getting at. Look, how you expect something different, right? Where all right, let's say they do make the trade, right? Right now they already below 500, right? So how long is it gonna take for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner to jail? How many losses that's gonna be? That's a new team.
But the thing is, Skylar, sometimes it's right away, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes
it ain't never been right away. Name a team that it was right away.
Miami, Boston Celtics, right
usually
away.
After trades, usually after trades, you can get a spark, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Miami.
Remember,
Miami lost like 5, and then they won like 27 straight games, bro.
You got also fact,
man. Y'all acting like, but we gotta look at the real. Though you acting like Miami was sad the year before. They just was a trade away from being championship. Them people wasn't you acting like them people ain't had Dwayne Wade over there already winning. We talking about a team that didn't even make the play-in.
Nah, but this is a team that won a championship.
Man, I understand that, but listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You acting. We talking about plugging in one player to make the whole team better.
Two.
What two players? What two players?
Bosh too. Bro. They plugged in Bosh too.
Man, they lost the first year going. They was good, but they lost. But we talking about what I mean by that is
they still gelled though. They still gelled and made it to the finals though.
Man, they gelled at the end. They ain't start off hot.
That's what I'm trying to tell you though. But they still won 27 straight.
You forgot
seed by the end of the season.
All right, check this out. That was in the East, right?
Look at Boston Celtics. Look at Boston Celtics last year. The Boston Celtics, they started off bad. They ended up being the second seed last season. You know what I'm saying?
But this what I'm
still early.
No. But that team been together though. You acting like that team was just put together like they made a move. They ain't make no move. We talking about making a move. When the Boston Celtics was sad, they had the same team. They didn't make no moves when they got good. We talking about making a move. Even like what you say, when you say the Miami Heat, you throw that. You right, they did, but they didn't jail right away. They didn't jail right away.
And how about
they got hot? They got hot at the end. And you talking about a team, that wasn't in a deep conference. Right now, this conference, the West deep. And you expecting the same thing?
This year too, though. The whole league is deep this year, they saying the East is tougher than the West.
No, the point I'm getting at is when you're a bottom feeder, everybody deep to you. They're a bottom feeder. That's the point I'm getting at.
You got it, man. I'm not gonna lie.
They're a bottom feeder, man. Man, we acting like these people beat. We acting like these people beat the Celtics and beat Giannis and them, and AD did what he did. And we see something. If y'all, what they beat the people by? What they beat the Pistons by? The Pistons don't got nothing. What they beat them by?
They beat
like
them
8, 6.
By what?
But it was like garbage time. Like they started scoring in the end, so it was like they beat them by like 8. Or
yeah, by 7.
Seven. Okay.
What the highest they had the game total then? Since you said they scored.
Well, they lost. They were losing by 13, so they were down by like 13. But the highest they got was like 12. That was like their biggest lead, the Lakers. 12-13 too.
My point to prove exactly. Good teams gonna blow them out. Now they come back.
No, but we're saying that.
Check this out. Check
this
out.
The Lakers are not a good team right now, though. They're not a good team.
Did AD have to play the whole game?
Hell yeah.
That tell you a lot.
Nah, but they're not a good team.
But he should be doing
That's what we're trying to tell you.
Anthony Davis should be doing that, though.
Dog, we so confident in our team. We just
we're
sit
not
people
talking about
down.
the Pelicans, though, Scott.
No, I know that. I'm just saying we just sit players. That's when you know you have a good team. AD can't take a game off, man. LeBron taking a game off. They feel like I even feel like that. about the Lakers. Those teams that they beat, they supposed to beat. I don't look at them to be the 15th seed. Like I said, I got 13. If Houston come in there and beat them, to me, that's a letdown to them. If the Spurs beat them, that's a letdown to me. But like OKC, they not beating them people. They not beating the Kings. They not beating the Clippers. The Clippers showed that already. Those teams, they not beating. That's what I'm trying to get you at. Them the only two teams that I look at they should beat. Everybody else, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna put it to you like this: if the Kings lose to the Lakers, I feel like that's a letdown. Like when we lost to them, that was a letdown for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking at it like, oh, the Lakers gonna win. Nah, like the Celtics yesterday, I'm proud of them. I'm not even mad they lost. That was a win for us if we beat the Lakers. I chunked that. I'm not biased. I chunked them up as a loss on the calendar. Now the two teams I didn't chunk up as a loss that beat us, that I was disappointed, was Utah, but they doing that to everybody, and the Pacers. That's it. Everything else, I'm just like, oh, all right, that's a loss. We know that's a loss. If they would have lost to the Bulls, I'd have felt like that was a letdown because I feel like they better than the Bulls. The Celtics, nah, I feel like the Celtics better than us. Like when we lost to Phoenix, I feel like Phoenix, they better than us. But in a 7-game series, we'll get them. That's how I feel. Now, if it's one-on-one game, I call a spade a spade. You can't say that with the Lakers. That's all I'm saying. Every game y'all go in the Lakers game with expectation, oh, we gonna beat them and lose. But y'all really not better than them. That's all I'm saying. Because you're looking at it from a fan point. If I look at it from a fan point of view, I'm saying we gonna beat the Celtics. I already know. But if they do win, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's one we got in and we won up. We won up because we really supposed to lose that game. That's how I look at it.
Well, the Lakers got to win every fucking game from here on out.
Question I'm asking you is, you looking at it from a fan point of view, you got to look at it from the teams they play. Who you think they could really beat based off of watching the other team play and watching them play?
At this moment, no, they don't have it. They don't have a chance.
Now,
at this moment, the best with this team, the best they could be is the 10th seed. The best, the absolute best with this team right now. What do you say, Scott? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
So the 10th seed, right? So
yeah, which is maybe the players.
What 5 teams they better than right now that you say that to get them the 10th seed then? Because you got to look at it from a realistic point. I'm not saying they're gonna fall off, but OKC whooping team.
No, I don't think OKC's whooping.
It ain't just Utah
the whole season. No, but you got to understand though. I understand what you're saying. They might be better than the Lakers. But hold on, Scholar. Hold on. They might be better than the Lakers, but they're not better than the rest of the league, just like the Lakers. So that will cause them to have a bad record or a worse record than the Lakers. Beating the Lakers. They might beat the Lakers every time they beat the Lakers, but they might also lose to every other team towards the middle or end of the season. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying. I'm saying, but right now they won one game up on a lot of teams.
No. I know. But when you asking me the question and we say the Thunders, I get your point. But that's the point we trying to make to, like, you know what I'm saying, to rebuttal that point. Because you're just asking us a question. We're trying to answer you, but you know what I mean? No. Every time we try to answer you got to...
No, I get what you're saying. You're saying they're going to fall off. That's what you're saying.
They may fall off. May. But that's one of the teams. I think they... All right, so just to answer the question, you said 5 teams, right? So I think they're better than the Kings, the Spurs, the Rockets, the OKC Thunder, and I need one more team. Help me out, Pat. Give me one more team.
Let me say, I got you.
It got to be a Western team, though. So I said I think they're better than the Rockets, the Spurs.
We know that. That's the only 2 teams.
The Rockets, the Spurs. Yeah, we know that basically. So that's 2 locked in, right?
What you think about the Timberwolves?
Not right now. No, I'm gonna be honest. No.
You know what's crazy? That's the only team I think they'll jump.
No, the only reason why I say that, though, Scarlett, they can jump that team, but Cat plays very good against Anthony Davis. Like he be balling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Anthony Davis don't show up in games against like Minnesota.
But Minnesota hit and miss. You got to understand right now.
They are hit and miss. They are hit and miss.
Minnesota underachieving right now. They underachieving based off of what they gave away. They gave Utah all their picks, and Utah better than them. Utah number 1 right now.
No, I hate that. And a football.
Hey.
Everybody thought Utah was tanking, even me. Man, them people ain't tanking, man. Them people really going in the game thinking they could beat people. Them people not tanking at all. And it'll be and it's too late to go and say, oh, we selling, because then the fan base gonna give up on them. They winning, they showing what they could do. So you can't just say, oh, we sellers, and try to get trade some of them players. That means it's obvious y'all not trying to win. It ain't like they playing bad. They already got all the draft picks that they could want. So if this what we could do, we could build off of what we got. So we know they not about to go in the tank mode unless they go on a 9-10 game losing streak, which I don't see them doing. They got to make it look good for the fans. You can't just say, "Oh, we selling and y'all winning." Like, it's nothing. Right now, they don't have nothing to improve on. Them people really beating teams that's good. From the Phoenix, from all the top teams. I'm talking about literally beating them. So Utah don't look like they selling. They don't look like they gonna tank. So that's one team. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think the Clippers gonna get in there. I'm putting the Clippers at the bottom.
You think so?
Yeah. But look,
you know they got the best team money could buy, right?
What I'm saying, man, that's the better. They no different from the Lakers, man. That's the best team that's one contract away from being out the league too, man. They whole bench is like one contract away from being out the league. Look at the Clippers is no different from the Lakers. The only difference is the Lakers getting some easy teams now. The Clippers had theirs. But look at the records. Have you watched them people play?
Yeah, hell yeah. They losing to bad teams.
Exactly. The OKC.
And then Luka fucked them up. Every time Luka played them, he
exactly.
up. And that's one player. And they got all those wings and shit, and they came and beat Luka.
And Luka scored all the points. Only one player.
They scored all the points, and they got all those wings. Like in the Clippers, they got all those wings, all those defenders, all those tall guys.
We beat
Luka dog off them niggas.
We beat Luka with our bench.
I knew you was gonna say that. It's like I know.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that.
I know what you get. I know what you're getting at though. Look.
It's
I'm not gonna lie. The Pelicans,
what I mean by that
potential.
What I mean by that is potential. Like I'm not saying that we gonna win a championship. Nah, I'm not saying that.
You guys are
we not far-fetched from getting one. Don't be shocked that we there though. That's what I'm saying.
Don't even be shocked that they make the finals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Don't be shocked. All we got to do is stay healthy, and that's not to talk about. I don't see nothing. The Clippers, they wish it. Like at any time Paul George go out, we already know Kawhi might not play. So it's like it's wishy-washy. It's wishy-washy. Like they have no. You talking about chemistry. Now I believe the Lakers. I don't know why the Lakers keep losing. I don't know why the Lakers keep losing to the Clippers. But to me, the Lakers got more chemistry than the Clippers. The Lakers, we know what they putting on the court. Every game, the Clippers don't know what they putting on the court. You don't know if you starting this week game or bench this game with the Clippers. They make theirs day by day or what they gonna start and what they gonna bench. But I think it's more of when they play the Lakers, they more the same type of team, and the Clippers out hustle them.
Because they want to suit up playing against the Lakers. They don't care about being the best team in the league. They just want to be the best team in LA. That's it. The Clippers is weird like that.
Yeah. Hey, so y'all got any last words? I know, Scott. You had a lot, man. You had a lot to get off your chest, bro.
Yeah, I don't really have nothing, but I'm gonna be back on here because I subscribe to you. So when I see you on there,
Appreciate it,
when they
man.
play a
Appreciate
good team, I'll be
it.
back to tell you. See, I told you.
Scott, you a real one though. Nah, you really are a real one though, for real. Because
No,
Yeah,
no.
you don't ever say no. Like I'm not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
still feel like it's a little biased.
Yeah.
But I just like the fact that you come on the panel and I could go back and forth with you. You know what I mean? Like I like that.
it ain't even about that. It's more about we got to be realistic when we see the team and stop being a fan. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying AD bad, but man, the thing about it, we know he's not consistent until he put up 30 points against a team that's good with a
All right.
center. Because we
So
talking
Scholar,
about Claxton.
if he does that against Clack, if he does that against Giannis, or he does it against somebody else, what does that mean to you? Are you gonna give him his respect? I don't think you would respect him after that.
I would. I say, oh, he coming to play. I said, I'd be like, oh man, he didn't did that. I ain't talking about no after coming off 2 losses. I'm talking about he got to play. Like when we look at Jason Tatum, and this is where I be trying to get y'all to understand. We look at Jason Tatum. Last night he ain't give nothing but 17 points, right? But normally he give between 25 and 28, right? Sometimes he get 30, right?
Yeah.
But the point I'm getting at is, you know, you're gonna get that production out of him. Anything else is a win for y'all. That's all I'm saying. Like, you don't know what he's gonna give from night to night. The dude, I watched one game with the Lakers. He had 17 points. He
in the
scored
first half.
4 points in the second half.
I know what you mean. 17 points in the first half, and he did that twice. The other game after that, he only scored 2 points in the second half. So I get what you're saying.
But we gonna keep on putting it on the players like they not feeding them the ball. Like when he's gonna ask for the ball, you the man. You say who come and go like LeBron. So is that an excuse? But you gotta understand, the 2 games he did that, they was getting whooped. They was getting beat. So he give up. That's what I'm saying. If he getting out rebound, he give up. If they lose it, he give up. They don't have no fight. The Lakers have the most fight I seen them, to show you I'm not biased. The most fight I seen them have is when they played the Pelicans. Everybody else, when they lost, they laid down. They laid down. They'll go in, game tied. They let the people blow them out in the third quarter. They laid down.
You said every game but the Pelicans?
That's the only game they fought.
Wow.
What game they didn't fight?
I feel like they fought against the Clippers. They fought against the Warriors. They just didn't have enough to beat them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they fought against a bunch of teams.
Man, I didn't
They're just
watch
not good. They just not Scott. They just not good, bro. Like,
but you
no
saying they're gonna be a
you,
10 seed though?
No, 10 seed is not a good team.
Yeah, that's not.
You get what I'm trying to say?
That's
like,
just making the cut,
before,
bro.
before the play-in came out, 10 seed was not nothing special.
We gotta go off how it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
We gotta go off.
But
how
I'm also saying if they 10 seed now, hold on. I'm also saying if they 10 seed now, they get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. I could see them easily being a 7th seed, 6th seed with those 2 players. That's my opinion, though. I'm not stamping it. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's not being biased. That's just what I feel like their needs are.
And y'all know Miles Turner undersized too, right?
Yeah, but we still have AD. It will still have, you know what I mean? We'll still have size. We'll still have Damian Jones. But it's just like we'll also have Miles Turner now.
All right.
I know you don't like it. I know you're not gonna like it. It's not gonna look right.
He's 6'11" though, too, though. Scott.
Yeah, he's 6'11". That's damn near 7 feet.
Who's 6'11"?
Miles Turner.
No, what I'm saying is he undersized. That's undersized center, man.
No, it's not 6'11".
Man,
that's undersized, bro. No, it's not 6'11".
And he's one of the leaders in shot blocking, so it doesn't matter if he's undersized or not. He still impacts the game defensively.
But yo, I gotta head out of here though, so I gotta chop up with y'all in a bit. So, hey, so Scott, once again, man, appreciate you coming on the panel, man. Appreciate it, bro. And for those tuning in, like and subscribe to Cash Sports Podcast, man. Keep supporting, keep liking, hit that notification button though too. So whenever you guys want to tap into the live stream, you guys can debate just like my buddy Sky here, man. Tapping in, giving his opinions, right? And last thing, I know you guys see that Cash App at the bottom. Please donate. I would graciously appreciate any donations. Any proceeds that I receive will definitely be going back into the platform, right? So this was another NBA conversation. Stuck it through, right? It was a good one. And then have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you for tapping it.